I have zero knowledge on this army based one. I'm only guessing it's army based one because you're not going to go down the Asda with a gun on the top, are you? So it's certainly not your run-of-the-mill Defender, that one there. Into the sort of army section we may go while we're here. I'm going to go in the museum later. This Defender here is commonly called Pinkies because the SAS used to use them and they named them Pinkies, although this wouldn't be a genuine Pinky because it's a Defender, but there is one in the building. They still got the nickname Pinkies because they painted them in this strange colour to hide them in the desert. Speaking to this guy earlier with the one with the, you know, the flashes on the side, this is actually an armoured vehicle. This is the only one existing. It was a prototype that was made, and then sadly they stopped making this shape of Land Rover, but he managed to get hold of it, so he's now on the phone unfortunately. But yeah, it's got bulletproof glass, and when you open the doors it's got sheet metal an inch thick on it. It's heavily armoured. I think he called it a Snatch. Again, these guards at the front, they go all the way round it. I got confused and thought it was one of those ones that they used to use in Northern Ireland and stuff like that, and I think he corrected me, I forget now, but it's basically an armoured one for protecting the troops abroad, I guess, and stuff like that. But yeah, he did show us in it earlier. I just didn't want to film. I thought I'd come back, and it turns out he's on the phone now. Maybe I'll catch up with it later, but anyway, that was interesting. What have we missed on this road? Nothing really. Couple of 110s and a trailer made out of the back end of a Land Rover. I'll go around the front of these. There are a few army ones knocking about. We'll go around here. Nice little 90 there. Again, a modern one with the bulbous grill bonnet, you know what I mean, the giveaway bonnet. An early 110 there, look, before it was called a Defender. I keep saying this, but 110 Series 1 P38 ranges, ex-Army Series 3s together there. Great. We love a bit of music. I know Paul has already filmed this for his channel while it was raining, but there's a lot of rainbows about. Some of these Land Rovers may have a slight oil leak. Right, the music stopped. I've had my lunch. I've no idea where I got to, unfortunately. Right, I think I was somewhere around here when the music started. Yeah, because I vaguely remember the camo ones. And we got a nice late 2A there with a Dormobile camper conversion. Series 2s, 2As. And yeah, I don't think there was a great deal else down here other than, I don't think I've filmed the Range Rovers yet. Just having a quick cast around, see if I can remember where I was. Tat stalls. Oh, that's right, I got round here somewhere. I don't think I've got a great deal left to film here. Going to do the bottom end where the Discoveries are and the Range Rovers in a moment. Alright, so on this row I'm guessing that the guy I've just been speaking to about mine, he said he got a B-Reg in a different shade of blue. I'm saying this is the one. It is, I remember him now, yeah. So we'll have a look at this in a minute. He's just talking to someone.
Because it should have your air intake down in this wing.
Yeah, correct.
But when I got it, there was no. The pipe just ended here. They
yeah.
Put the filter in and the box. They hadn't even put the fan cowl back in.
Mm-hmm.
So when I put it together, I decided to. I used left-hand drive.
Yeah.
Heater ducts and run the pipe across and
right.
Made the bracket and then run it into there. Took the turbo around and put an intercooler.
Yeah, yeah. Certainly looks a lot different than mine, doesn't it? Well, I mean, yeah, he's done a lot of work on this. And so okay, as per normal, I've lost my cohort, so we'll go down the main drag here and have a look at the lightweight selection, commonly called lightweights, but I think that they're actually called like air portables. Always fancied one of these. Lovely. And the show is all about the Range Rover. It should have been held last year, as I've said, but we're now on 50+1 years of the Range Rover, as they call it. This is the Range Rover register stand. Got a lot of early ones here. No idea what's going on. Oh, it's got a winch on the front, that's why the grill's like that. These YVBs, these are the you know, the press vehicles, the launch vehicles. So you see any with YVBH, these were the first ones, although the very early ones were badged as a Velar, which I thought I might see one, but, and there's what one looks down, broken down form. That actually drove in this morning. It's what's under the skin. So NXC, that's a very early one as well, on a H obviously. And then there's some more YVBs here, look. So you got 160 up the end, was it 160 the red one? I think it was. 158 there, 157, 155. So a lot of the early ones from the press release still existing in the register. Yeah, all 2 doors. A few emergency vehicles here. Police Range Rover, fire Range Rovers. And then we'll have a quick look down the back end. We've got later ones, P38s. Well, these were called the classics, I think. The P38 was the next shape. Apologies. They called them a classic by then. Yeah, this was the P38, wasn't it? This shape, I'm sure, and that red one. But yeah, this was called the Range Rover Classic by then. As I've said earlier in the video, possibly if I use the footage, I never had a Range Rover out of all my 11 Landys. Never had a Range Rover. And here's one that's not going to start later. He's left his lights on. So yeah, the early ones were actually badged by Land Rover. Look, here's one local to me. RE registered, was a Staffordshire registration, although I'd guess that font is slightly wrong for the year. Looks like a very strange version of Cirque font on that number plate. But RE, Staffordshire reg, lovely. And where is Paul? Everybody's asking. We don't know. A few modern ranges over this side. My knowledge is poor. Down to the very, very modern one at the end in the blue colour. Very good. Mopping up the stragglers, as I call it. There's another air portable. And a forward control there. Early 90 there on a B reg. Pulling, is that a stage 1 as they call it, which was an interim between the series and the Defender as we know it. So it still ran the Series 3 windscreen and heater, etc., but they put it on coils, so it's a mixture of everything. It's a half and half. And then we've got a couple of 90s there, a Jaguar, and I tell you what, this band, hopefully they're bad enough that YouTube won't recognise this as a proper song. Let's hope, eh? Right, so I'm hoping that the music isn't picked up. We're back at the Snatch Land Rover, as the guy called it, I think. He's back in it now. I'm hoping to get a quick glimpse of the doors while he's here. Apologies for the music. I think the song was called How to Murder a Cat. I just want to quickly show you what I was saying about the doors. You can see that it's armour plated, as the guy was telling me. And you said it was called a Snatch or something, did you?
It would have been Snatch Free.
Snatch Free?
They,
oh, 3, number 3.
yeah, it would have been free, but they went into liquidation.
Yeah.
Before they actually, this is the only one they made.
Right, yeah, like you said, it's the music is really irritating, but basically the guy is saying this was a prototype for the 3rd generation of the Land Rover Snatch. You saying it's lightly armoured compared to some of them, really.
Yeah, this is like Kevlar and then a mixture of armoured steel.
Right, so Kevlar and armoured steel, and
The Northern Ireland ones are about 4.5 tonne. They're all steel.
right, okay. So yeah, originally for those watching, I thought it was one of the Northern Irish, you know, I will call it the Troubles Land Rovers that deal with all the rioting and such, but apparently they were even more heavily, well, bad English, but we're keeping it in, viewers, we're keeping it in. So yeah, they were even heavier with the armour than this, but this is still quite comprehensive. Certainly
This is 3.5 kilos, about 3.5 tonne.
3.5 tonne.
They just tried to get the weight down.
And what does this run, a 300 TDI?
300 TDI.
Yeah.
It appears to pull it very well.
So even though this is new enough to have been a TD5, they still stuck with the older engine? Or was it not TD5 era?
This is actually 1995.
Right.
They gave me a 1999 registration.
That's what I was wondering, because T-Reg is TD5. Yeah, okay, that confusing over. So it's a 95 on a T. I think they can do that legally. Something about if a vehicle's new, you can register it as 5 years newer than it is. There's some silly law.
They go by the date the military first put registration.
Something, yeah. Okay,
They didn't put reg on it until 1999.
there we go then. Very good, thanks. So I don't suppose we can do a Land Rover show without doing the original Land Rover, or certainly what they state to be the original Land Rover. I'd love to know how much of it is original, but nevertheless, HUE 166 is a 1948. Again, we can't get a good shot. This is the trouble when the school holidays are on. There's bloody children everywhere. So I have filmed in here before, but randomly, apparently, the same as the Land Rover there, that is the first Mini. Of course, we know that probably a little bit of it is the first Mini. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah, we'll just pick out some favourites in here because this has been done to death. As I say, the museum's been done to death on other people's videos, and I think I've filmed in here before, but I'll just pick out a few of my favourites. Mark 5 Cortina there, and you cannot, it's the law, you cannot film one of those without saying Princess Anne once had a shit in that, you know, or something like that. I do believe. There's a Wolseley. This was pre-Princess, and this supervan was actually from a pilot TV show called Only Fools and Posties, apparently. So yeah, as I say, it was about the exploits of a postman and his dumb brother, and they used to steal the mail and sell it on a market stall in London. It's true. You heard it here first. Wolseley, last of the Wolseleys, but the first of the princesses, if you like. There we go, moving swiftly on. And here we go, look, in an alternative universe, when Only Fools and Posties didn't take off, here is the car that they use in a different dimension, parked fully where you can't see it. Let's go this side. You know, yeah, this one was from a program you might have heard of, Only Fools and Horses. It's one that passed me by, I have not a clue. But like I say, Only Fools and Posties, that was a popular job. But we're not here, as I say, for the normal cars. We're here, it's a Land Rover show. So here we've got a tracked Land Rover 2A. And then an early Range Rover there. Guessing this is some sort of royal or coach built Land Rover there. Forgive my non-knowledge, it's certainly some sort of coach built. And this is what I was saying earlier about a Pinky. This is a 109 Land Rover used by the SAS. It's going to be a Series 2 or a 2A that's been thinned down as much as it can, everything taken off it. Here's another Range Rover YVB press car. There's 3 or 4 of these outside, as you've seen. This is 153. There we go. We're on about the Royal cars. They were all burgundy, weren't they? This will be a Royal Range Rover. And yeah, there's a Royal Land Rover there, look. Of course. Yeah, let's have a look. Again, I expect these modern cameras flicker like mad in this lighting, so apologies if it is. Here's a forward control. These are my favourite, these later ones. I think the ones that I filmed outside are quite early. I do like these later ones. Very nice. Like that. Quick mention for the P5 Rover. Again, lovely car, lovely car. And moving swiftly on to the more modern ones. A Range Stormer, I've no idea what that is. Let's have a quick look. Concept car, of course it is. Although not far off what a Range Rover ended up looking like. And the Defender concept as well. And there we have. We've been searching for him all day and we found him. Here he is.
Oh, me?
No, William Morris.
Of course.
I know why this, let's have a look why this Defender is here. Oh, it's obviously designed to show you how much you'd get mutilated in a crash in a Defender. Don't quite know the idea behind this. Maybe we'll have a read. Why all the glass is smashed, I don't know. Let's go and see what the plaque says on the front. Of course, driving one of these myself, I always worry about how much it'd hurt if I hit something. What does it say? Oh, it's okay, so that's why. It's a film car from the film Skyfall. Hence it looking like this. There you go. Happy to correct myself all the time. Moving swiftly along. We'll film this purely because there is a very dirty used one outside. We all know this is from the film Judge Dredd with Sylvester Stallone. And they mutilated many Land Rover forward controls to make these. I'm filming the nice shiny one because there is one outside that I haven't filmed yet, which is very dirty and old looking. They were called a city cab, obviously, in the film set in the future. This was the taxis. And I've missed a Defender at the back there with all the sand plates on and such like. I'm guessing it's a Lara Croft Tomb Raider. Let's have a look. Yeah, there we go. It is from the film Tomb Raider. Angelina Jolie, I believe. There we go. Rapidly walking over, as I said, there was a Judge Dredd taxi cab, city cab. They fired it up, obviously V8 powered, and I'm presuming they're going to take it into the arena. They are. I'm just guessing here, but I don't think that'd get through an emissions test or noise level. What do you think? I don't. And I'd question the legality of the plates.
I dread the cost of putting that into an MOT.
Yeah, it's gonna not be, although strictly speaking, other than being heavily modified, it's probably MOT exempt. I'm just going to pick this one up. Must have missed it earlier. It's obviously some sort of special one. It's obviously a 100-inch, which I don't think they officially made. So it could be a chopped down Range Rover. Somebody's going to correct me. But it's left-hand drive. Obviously badged up as a Defender. But unless it was a prototype or something, I don't believe they made a 100-inch. I'll have a Google of the number plate and see. And then that lovely blue one there. Very nice. I don't know why I didn't pick this up earlier. Perhaps fixated on the very early 90 there. Which, if that's a normally aspirated 2.5 diesel, which I'm guessing it's going to be, I bet that's a bit sluggish on the hills, unless of course it's been updated to a 200 TDI, who knows. But I expect that runs out of puff if it's just a 19J. Alright, so we've come in the Heritage Collection part, purely because I knew there was a few Land Rovers in here. And we will have the bonus of a few extra things that I'll pick out. But again, this place has been done to death with all the other cars, although I will pick out a few favourites. But there's a nice Series 3 there. Looks like there's a couple over here if we can get to them. Let's have a look. A 90 there on an E-Reg, so that's a bit newer than mine. And then we've got a Series 3 109 and a 90 soft top there. Apologies for the closeness of some of these videos. So yeah, there we go. Well, it's converted to. It's got a propeller on the back and a rudder, so there we go. Discovery 3-door, a tracked Land Rover there, and then a Range Rover, presumably with air suspension, that's down on the ground. There's plenty of these here. I can't really get into film, unfortunately. You think on a Land Rover day they'd have organised it a bit better. And of course these have been done to death on the internet if you want to see them. Polished aluminium one there, that's what they all look like under the skin, if you want to make the effort. Hiding in with the Land Rovers, we've got a Series 3 Allegro, Camel Discovery, police Range Rovers and Freelanders everywhere. Can't really see everything, but we'll dive out to the front. See what we've got. Yep. As I say, all bunched in a bit tight. Up there. What else do we have? There's a forward control over here hiding away. It's an early one, this. And then another Royal Land Rover there. Just about to see that. Do believe over the back there there's an armoured one of some kind. Let's go and have a look at that. Triumph Herald. Yeah, I don't know what this one is, but it's obviously not that thick a plate, but there you go. Bit of an armoured one. There's another Allegro here. Well, seeing as we like Allegros, you know, it's the cut in half one. Some people may say that's the best thing you can do with an Allegro, but of course we don't allow them on this channel. There we go. And a princess. As I say, don't want to film too much in here. It's been done to death and I've done it myself. But there we go. Let's play Find Paul, the new game from MB. It's always worth a mention when you come here. This is the famous Mini that was in the tunnel at Longbridge that was destroyed by urbexers jumping on it and filming it. And the famous Shaun the Sheep Series 2A. It's all about the Land Rovers. Although them wheels look really strange. Well, they're all about. Never seen anything like that. There you go. Don't know what the Range Rover's all about. Let the plaque tell me. Nothing famous. Thought it was from a film or something. Who knows? If you see Paul before me, shout out. Coming to find you. Maybe I should just walk up to random people and say, have you seen Paul? He's about this high and he's got a camera in his hand. And they'll say, well, that's you, innit? And I'll say, no, I'm not this high, I'm that high. Where is Paul? Have you seen Paul? Nobody's seen Paul. Cooey Paul. I found him. He's doing his Trappist monk impression. There he is. Hom. Like that. What? I didn't say anything. Alrighty. I'm going to wrap this video up here. Certainly do the ending here. I might do a bit more filming. But yeah, I'm now going to just wander around and enjoy the show. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video. It might be a while till I... Oh, fantastic! Thank you so much. As Basil 40 would say, thank you so bloody much. Anyway, the guy... The guy... Alright. The guy with the armoured Land Rover I was speaking to did say to me, I daren't turn the siren on for you, mate, earlier. And he does it when I'm doing my outro. And strangely enough, the AA Land Rover that had a clutch failure, they've obviously bled it up enough to get it moving. I shall catch you on the next one. Hope you enjoyed this. If you did, don't usually say this, don't forget to like and subscribe. And watch Paul's video as well. Who knows when his will be out, maybe before mine, maybe after. We'll do a bit of a linky thing, and we'll catch you later. Ta-da!